In a quiet Indian town lived Mrs. Meera Devi, a 70-year-old retired nurse. Every morning she made herself a cup of masala chai and sat on her old rocking chair near the balcony. She watched the sunrise paint the sky orange, listened to the sparrows chirping, and felt the world slowly waking up. But inside her, there was silence, a silence heavier than words. Meera had retired 7 years ago. Her days were simple, reading the newspaper, tending to her small garden, and watching serials on TV. Her husband had passed away long ago, and her children were far away, busy in different cities. Life had grown still. One afternoon, while dusting an old trunk, Meera discovered a faded blue diary. Its pages smelled of old ink and forgotten memories. On the very first page, written in her youthful handwriting, were the words, "My dreams, 1. Travel to Kashmir and see the snow. 2. Write poems and publish a book. 3. Learn to play the sitar." Her eyes welled up. She had written that list when she was 22. She remembered the fire in her heart back then, the belief that life was endless and there was always later. But later had turned into decades. Now her knees ached. The doctor had forbidden her from long travels. Her fingers trembled when she tried writing too long. Music practice was impossible with her weak wrists. She closed the diary slowly. A tear slipped down her cheek. "I kept waiting," she whispered, "but time never waited for me." That evening, she stepped outside instead of sitting at home. At the neighborhood park, she watched children running, laughing, chasing kites. She sat on a bench next to a boy sketching in a notebook. Curious, she asked, "What are you drawing, Beta?" The boy smiled shyly. "A story picture. I want to make a comic book one day." Meera's lips curved into a faint smile. "I wanted to write a book too once, a book of poems." "Why didn't you?" the boy asked innocently. She paused, then said softly, "Because I thought I had time, but I kept waiting and waiting." The boy tilted his head. "You can still write, Auntie. You just told me a story now. Why not put it on paper?" That night, Meera couldn't sleep. Those words echoed in her mind. You can still write. The next morning, she picked up a fresh notebook. On the first page, she wrote a new list. New dreams. 1. Write poems for children. 2. Read books and travel through imagination. 3. Share music with kids, even if I can't play. She smiled. "Maybe I cannot see Kashmir, but I can describe its beauty through words. Maybe I cannot master the sitar, but I can share the joy of music." Every morning she began to write. Simple poems filled with warmth and love. She read them aloud in the park, where children gathered eagerly around her. Their laughter, their claps, their "one more auntie" became her music. One day, a school teacher who overheard her invited her to recite at a children's event. Slowly, her poems found their way into the school magazine, then into a small published collection. Her dream had come alive, not the way she imagined at 22, but in the way life allowed at 70. She looked at her old diary again. This time she didn't cry. She smiled, because she had finally understood something precious. You don't need the perfect time. You just need to begin. If you wait too long to live, life will pass you by. Dreams don't expire, but time does. Don't wait for someday. Start today. Live with what you have, where you are, because every step, no matter how small, brings life closer to your dreams. So don't just count years, make your years count. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such stories that remind us it's never too late to live.